Hello, everybody. It's Gitte Winter here from Denmark. I hope you are having a great day. I am sending live today to talk to you about parenting ourselves before we parent our children. So, do you often feel trapped when you parent? Do you often feel that you have to come up with all the solutions when you parent and you don't have any time to reflect? Do you often feel like your children are stressing you out with all their questions? And would you love to have a more conscious way of parenting? So if you can answer yes to any of these above, you might want to watch this live sending on Facebook, because what happens when we start to become conscious parents and when we begin to parent ourselves before we parent our children is wonderful, because often what it leads to is that the children actually listen to us. So once we become aware of our energy and what we radiate when we parent, and if we are at a good place when we parent, the children actually listen. So if you feel like you're saying the same thing over and over and over again, it's a clue that you're not saying it with the right energy, and that what you radiate when you say the same thing for the umpteenth time is contradictory to the message you are giving. So you might say in a loud voice that you want your child to calm down, for instance. I want you to calm down right now. It's not very calm in your energy to be like that. So what we want to do is we want to align our energy with what we are trying to say. And the best way to do this is to become conscious of what we radiate. So when you want to parent your child, any time of the day, there are some questions that you can ask yourself before you parent your child. And one of them is, am I in a good state to parent right now? If you check in on your emotions and you figure out how you are feeling before you parent, you have a chance to figure out if the moment is right. So instead of letting all the moments dictate when you parent, you can collect the moments, the different topics you want to parent on, but you don't need to act right away. So let's say you come home after a long day of working, and you had an arrangement with your children that they should do the dishes before you came home. So let's say you come home tired from work. You might have grocery bags in your hands, and you might be stressed out from traffic, and you see the dirty dishes on the kitchen table. That would be a very common time to start raising your children and parenting your children and telling them that it's not okay with you that the dishes haven't been done. So let's say we have this stressful afternoon. Let's say that traffic has been jammed and you've been stressed out to do the grocery before you came home. Let's say you had a busy day. Let's say your boss has been giving you a hard time, and let's say your partner isn't helping out the way you wanted him to do, or her. So you come home, you see the dishes. Then the trick is to ask, is this a good moment right now for me to parent? Is this a good moment right now? Am I in a good state to actually get my message through? Because you might say the right things, but what you radiate in such a situation is completely different from what you message is, probably. Often, I would say this is how it goes. So put down the grocery bags, take a moment, find ways to rebalance. The best ways you would know what are. It could be a shower, it could be running, go out for a run, excuse me. It could be meditation, it could be mindfulness, it could be just breathing, going to another room and just breathe and calm down and sit down and just relax. So the first thing is to relax and let yourself take a break. Then you do all the things that you know is good for you. So you actually parent yourself first. That could be the warm bath, that could be running, that could be mindfulness, meditation, all these different things, having a nice cup of tea or whatever, going into the garden and looking at the birds, or whatever you need to do to rebalance yourself. Once you've rebalanced, you ask your question, how would love go about this? What would love do in this situation? So now I need to go back to my children and I need to parent them. And I'm asking, what is the loving way of parenting about these dirty dishes on the kitchen, in the kitchen sink or on the kitchen table? So you ask the question, what would love do right now? And often then you find your answers. So as parents, many of us think that we should know everything. We are the parents and we know best. My opinion and what life has taught me and parenting has taught me is that often if I just parent on my autopilot, it's often a result of what I was taught and programmed with when I was a child. So if you love the way you've been brought up and if you just want to do the same things as your parents did to you, autopilot is fine. But if you want to change some of the things, if you want to raise your children in a different way than your parents raised you, you need to stop and you need to become conscious of what you radiate and how you raise your children. So we all want to raise our children with a lot of love. So the easy way to go about this is to ask, how would love go about this? Which way, like love is not doing the dishes for your children. That's serving your children. That's you becoming the servant of your children. And that's not teaching your children anything about being in a community, being in a group, working together, helping each other out, taking responsibility. So that's not what love would do, is just do everything for your child. That's not the love. That's not how love would go about it. Love would teach your child to take part in the chores of the family, to be part of the group. And all children want to give. You know, children are more giving than any adults are. They always want to give. If we allow them to give and if we allow them to be part of the family routines and give them time to actually figure out how they can contribute in the family. So serving your child is not the loving answer. Yelling at the child, why didn't you do the dishes? We had an agreement, la 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 la. That's not what love would do either. Love would go to the room and in a quiet and calm way ask the child why the dish hadn't been done, or if the child had time to do it now. Maybe the child just forgot. Maybe the children got caught up in some other things that caught their attention. Could be anything. So ask if they want to do the dishes now. You can see, well, I can see you didn't do the dishes. Do you want to do them now before I start cooking, or when do you want to do them? Maybe they need some help with the dishes. So you become the helper, helping your child to take part and take responsibility. So that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, is actually parenting yourself first. And one of the reasons that my book, The Children's Meditations in My Heart, has become such a big success is that around bedtime, the book helps the parent become aware of their energy and shift into a loving energy. And the child can feel that shift in the energy. So you can train this whole energy and becoming conscious when you read the book at bedtime. And as soon as you understand the concept of how your energy is affecting your child so much more than most of us are conscious of, then you can start applying it in all other areas of your family routines. So thank you for watching this little live sending. I really hope that it has helped you become aware of your energy when you parent, and maybe just pause for a second and just sort of figure out, am I in a good position to parent right now? And allow yourself to take a break. Allow yourself to go to a better place inside of you to actually parent with much more love. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.